you started in wastewater, did you think you would stay in it?
Absolutely not. But I fell in love with it. I've been here 37 years. And I love to talk about my job. You can see up here we have an overflow. As you can see, we have flights on the top. Right now we're headed over toward the dam. We also have a maintenance shop. I like to tell people we're number one and number two. Most of all, I love to tell people that we were green before they even had the concept of green. It's very important because you are listening, looking, trying to see what's happening in the facility. 24/7, 7 days a week, we have treated the wastewater coming into this plant and put clean water in Puget Sound. When we realized that there was nobody following in our footsteps, I thought I could help. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to give...
I'm Miles Erickson. I am 31 years young.
26.
I'm 26 years old.
42 years old.
I'm like right out of high school.
The type of work that I was doing before, there just wasn't much to it.
It was really stagnant. There wasn't a lot of movement or growth.
I just looked up a couple YouTube videos just to kind of see what I was getting myself into. Originally, I was planning to probably go somewhere else within the county. Once I got my foot in the door, I'm like, no way I would want to stay there. But no, I stayed. I don't think I'm ever leaving, honestly.
There's a lot we can learn from the success of this operator in training program. We are recruiting and filling really critical spots to serve the people of King County.
Without this program, we would not be able to operate these treatment plants in the way that we're operating them now. It's really, truly a miracle. Back in the 1950s, the sewage went directly into Lake Washington. And it was so bad that the Lake Washington closed. And with the uproar that followed, they got the infrastructure in place so that we can treat the wastewater. The plants were all getting federal money to expand. A lot of people started in the career field. And if they needed new operators, they'd advertise and they could fill the jobs. Fast forward to 2014.
Many of our nation's water workers will be on their way out in the next decade or so.
About 1/5 of the population of the United States will be 65 years old or older by the year 2030.
Not only are people retiring, what we're finding in King County, just like really everywhere across the nation, private or public sector, is that what we used to use to attract and retain employees isn't necessarily what works now.
There is a shortage of skilled tradespeople throughout the U.S. economy.
I've gone to some career days. The kids, you're waiting for them to come talk to you, and they just don't.
Every wastewater plant had the same problem. We tried something that wasn't being done. We were going to have to build a new workforce right here in King County. We set out to increase the diversity of the wastewater staff. We wanted to expand the candidate pool. In the recruitment process, we asked no questions about wastewater. We do not require knowledge of tools. A lot of folks do not even know what they're called. Lastly, we pay them to train, and then we do the training that they need in order to be a good operator.
The next one up is horrible handwriting. Came into wastewater treatment as an operator in training and have worked my way back around full circle to training OITs.
Our categories are pumps, preliminary and primary treatment. Because Spencer and I went through the program originally, we can anticipate the struggles they're gonna have and anticipate the questions they might have and design our lectures around those things. Underline how many days, because that's what they want. And then usually
I know personally, I hear wastewater and I thought, oh, poops, pipes.
I knew that wastewater was sewage, and that was it.
no idea. You know, you work at the poop plant, you know, it's...
It is so much more complex than that.
It's so much more than that, but it is that.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a settling test. One of the keys here is what settles faster, a thicker sludge or a thinner sludge. This field has science, physics, chemistry, microbiology, biology. Oh, I see a little piece going up right there. Do you see it?
The basic theme of wastewater is we're trying to get solids separated from water, take the water, send that somewhere else and treat it somewhere else.
Miles, what's causing the nitrogen to cause it to pop?
Denitrification.
That's right, good. So there it goes, see it's going up? Whoa, we have liftoff. Ken didn't think he'd be shooting dirty videos today.
He said his second love is activated sludge.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, look at that. Saved by the Bell.
We're not only learning about the plant in the classroom, but we're also going through the plant daily.
Your quiz has just been launched. Ready, go.
You know, there's preliminary, primary, secondary treatment. Once you understand that, in your head you kind of feel like, well, that's the whole plant, you're good, you're solid. But
Go to SP, go to the main plant. You can find the tag for this section next to the reuse water sample jug, 25.9 feet.
it's not, yeah, it doesn't have a set point, right? The DAFs, the digesters, dewatering. What else have we learned recently?
The scope of things that we need to at least tell people about is large. It's 4 or 5 different trades across 2 or 3 different facilities that has hundreds and thousands of different pumps and valves and pieces of equipment.
Without this program, you would have to try to get your OIT license by volunteering your time at a treatment plant, and that probably wouldn't be the treatment plant you end up working at. Whereas with us, you're staying at this plant that you've been training at for a year, and they can be an asset to the team quicker. So I think that's probably one of the reasons we have a higher success rate. I think there's a pretty high success rate. Yeah.
I'm absolutely astounded at the amount of operators we have been able to place. I mean, 100 people have gotten jobs through this program, and these operators now are getting into upper positions.
I think most people are like me, where they get into it and they end up just falling in love, like just become a wastewater nerd. You just get immersed in it, and it's your family now, and you know, it's pretty weird. It's like a secret club.
All right, can you tell me how you got in the program? Okay. We're definitely seeing similar retirement trends in a lot of areas of King County. I want to replicate a whole program where you can get a cohort together, learning with each other, excited about the work they do, while we fill positions. We need to be thoughtful and strategic and also nimble to be able to attract the workforce.
There's a negative stigma about this kind of work.
Even as young as like elementary school, you were told if you don't go to college, you're not going to be successful. That's the only way to have a great career, is to go to college. I wish that all of the options were presented to me. You know, here's all your options, here's the pay you could make, here's the amount of schooling it requires, and I wish I could have picked.
Sure, let's go this way. I think a lot of people, when they flush, they don't think of us. We make a difference in the environment every single day. There's not a day that goes by.
I want to leave it in good standing for, you know, the next generation, for my children, for my family. I want to take pride in, you know, saying that, hey, you know, I took care of this.
I definitely see this as a lifelong career, and 12 weeks into any other job that I've had, I have not been able to say that.
We found the next generation that will take care of our waterways. And that is probably one of the most fulfilling things that I can say that I've done in my career.